everyone. Welcome to the Fireside Chat in the daytime. Well, anyway, I know I promised that we would come back and do this Fireside Chat. We do burn our fireplaces in the morning and sometimes in the evening. So today we're burning it in the morning. So we're doing the Fireside Chat in the morning. So before we get into our main headline story, there was something that I wanted to cover briefly that just hit the news. And of course, when the news come in popping and hot, then we must cover it. So we're going to cover it. And this is Joe Biden telling that he will not walk away from the Middle East. So um, he is on a trip to tour that part of the world. And basically, the bottom line is that really he's begging for oil that we already have and had he not stopped the pipeline and things of this nature. But now, because he sold our reserve oil to foreign nations and to China. So now he has to go over to the Middle East and beg for oil. So we're going to call a thing, and this is what it is. You can try to sugarcoat it with other things like, we will not abandon you. We're here for you. But remember, he was not for them when they um, ended the life of a journalist. So it's just a whole bunch of craziness that and blaming other people for the incompetencies. So we're going to get to the incompetencies later. But these things that happen like this is part of the reason why Biden's approval rating is at an all-time low, that people do not want him running in 2024. But let's get into this, because he's not going to abandon the Middle East. He would not walk away from them, but he's walked away from America. And not just, I'm an independent. I vote independently, whoever's the best candidate that I feel for what I believe in. And so whatever you believe in, I'm not true ticket up and down. So we're seeing Joe Biden here now over in Saudi Arabia, trying to soothe the people in Saudi Arabia. But really what he's doing is begging for oil. So anyway, Joe Biden, speaking at the summit of Arab leaders, said Saturday that the United States will not walk away from the Middle East as he tries to ensure stability in a volatile part of the world and boost the global flow of oil to reverse rising gas prices. See, it is what it is. You worry about America. Had you not cut off the pipeline, had you not stopped the oil leasing for Alaska and on the coast of the oceans, then we wouldn't be begging for oil. We were oil rich before you came into office. But now you have to use our resources and bow down to beg for oil. You're not, your concern should be America, not the world flow of oil of the global world. Okay, it is what it is. His remarks, delivered at the Gulf Cooperation Council on the final leg of his 4-day Middle East tour, came amid concerns about Iran nuclear ambitions and support for militants in the region. We will not walk away and leave a vacuum to be filled by China, Russia, or Iran, Biden said. We will seek to build on this moment with active, principled American leadership. Stop, just stop right there, okay? You left a vacuum when you pulled out of Afghanistan and left our people there. I'm just saying this. I'm just saying what I tell people: when you go to vote, go by what people do, not what they say. It's important to look past what is in front of you and look at the reasoning why they're doing it. So he clearly says sometimes we refuse to hear what people tell us. He clearly stated that we're going to highlight this. So we know he tried to talk about a vacuum to be filled by China, but you said go there. But he says he's tried to ensure stability in volatile part of the world and boost the global flow of oil to reverse rising gas prices. That is his reasoning. That is his reasoning right there. All this other stuff is fluff. It's fluff. He wants that oil. It is what it is. And had he not put our country in jeopardy and in danger, then as far as depleting our oil reserves, then we wouldn't have to go oil shopping, begging for oil and things of that nature. But it is what it is. All right. So one thing that the Democrats, and I told you all about this several weeks ago, nobody believed me, but but it is what it is. Democrats want him gone. They really do. And if you notice, like I stated before, things that they had shielded him from as far as Hunter Biden, and different things that he said that he has not fulfilled, the media had shielded him for this. But now, since Democrats are coming up and wanting him gone and definitely do not want him running in 2022, we're starting to see even mainstream media throw him right underneath that bus. And the reason being is because they're ready to be rid of him and they're going to cannibalize him, and they're going to pave the way for a new candidate in 2024. And when you get 94% of people under 30 saying, hey, we're done with him, and that is the ideal voting set, no, honey, he's going to be gone. He will not be running. If he runs in 2024, if he wins, it's going to be, really, if he wins the primary, if they put somebody up against him, you can best believe that he will not be winning that primary. But I wanted to go over these statistics because it is very interesting on, like I said, the mainstream media now is throwing him under the bus because they want to get rid of him. They want him. They like Biden be gone. So we're going to go over this, and we're going to look at the Gallup poll that this came from. So Biden under pressure from his own party fires back as 2024 questions persist. As a slew of historic challenges pile up Joe Biden's presidency, he faces increasing dissatisfaction within his own party and questions about his electability just months before critical midterm elections. Now, and that's the other thing. Like I said, you all have to go back again. Like I said, I'm an independent. I'm middle of the road. So what you need to do is go back and look at the voting record of these people before you go to midterm. If they are voting in block, like they don't have a mind of their own against issues that are important to you, then what you need to do is vote for the other person or whomever. You need to find out their stance. If there's a particular issue that's important to you, then what you need to do is call and find out their position. Now, after you do that, because people will tell you one thing and do another, then what you do is go back and look at their voting record. This is critical. Not just believe the mainstream media, because we already know the mainstream media lies. They do not bring you accurate information. It is really an arm. It's a propaganda arm because they have a vested interest. But anyway, here we go. Historic global inflation and high gas prices have driven his popularity to lows that could threaten Democrats' chances of retaining control of the Congress this fall. Well, personally speaking, because Democrats are on this spin, if you ran your house the way they run Congress, the House runs it, you would not be able, debt collectors, your lights will be off, you'll be evicted, you'll be foreclosed on, because they all spend, they just want to spend. So it's time to rein in the dollars and just, look at people that's more spendthrift when it comes to that money, because when you send them billions and billions of dollars here, billions of dollars there, and people in this country are paying for it with high gas prices, high food prices, inflation, that hasn't seen that high of an level in 41 years. Go back to our video from Thursday. Headline news. I'll pull that up and let's see. Let me see if I can drop it in the chat so you can see that particular video. I'm gonna drop that link in the chat so you'll go back and see that, as far as the inflation, and there's a lot of other things we covered. But like I said, his party is throwing him under the bus. They're done with him. It's called cannibalism, and it's happening now. Okay, so amid calls from activists for Biden to show more urgency on issues such as abortion and gun reform, the White House has fired back, calling those who want more action on abortion out of step. Now, everybody out, but anyway. But a wide majority of Democrats in a New York Times Siena College poll published this week, 64% said that they want someone other than Biden to represent them in 2024 presidential elections. Among those Democrats, the top reasons they want another standard bearer was because Biden's age, 33%, followed by his job performance, 32%. Further down the list, 4% cited his ability to win, and 3% pointed to his mental accuracy. Now, so, you can put it where you want to, but, I think this poll did not ask the questions regarding inflation, recession, or whatever. But the bottom line is they want him gone. They might have been nice in the questions, or there might not have been an option on the questions. His question of age, of course, we know he's older, things of that nature. So Biden fires back, even though the polls of his party, not Republicans, not independent, I'm talking about Democrats, said they want you gone. But he fires back and tell them they want me to run. See, that's delusion. That's delusion. But again, as I say, they're getting ready to cannibalize him, and we're getting ready to see this happen. We're getting ready to see this happen. We're going to go over to the Gallup poll where this data was pulled from and take a look at some of what Gallup has to say. Because let me put this other article in the chat, because you all know I love for you to be able to follow up and read for yourself. All right. We're going to scroll on down. This particular, the Gallup poll, I'm going to put also in the chat for you to be able to refer back to for yourself. But we're going to go on down here where we're talking about Biden's. Okay. Of course, like I stated, as far as your representative, you need to look at just whether it's state, whether it's local, state, or national, and the presidency. You need to look at what people do, not what they say. But do they deserve re-election? Voters are sour on Biden's second term. Although Biden is not on the ballot this year, he would have a hard time getting reelected if he were. Currently, 33% of registered voters say Biden deserves re-election, while 67% says that he does not. I mean, that is deep, okay? The 33% reelect figure is significantly lower than his 41% job approval rating. Now, we already know that it's not 41%. He was been in the high 30s for a while. And with inflation, and those inflation numbers just came out the other day, this poll might have been taken a day or two before that. But, baby, I can guarantee you that approval rating is lower. Biden is not alone among incumbent presidents. Okay, we don't care about other incumbent presidents here. We're concerned about implications. Few Election forecasters would dispute that Republicans have a good chance of regaining control of the House of Representatives, if not also the Senate this year. Democrats hold a narrow majority in both chambers, and the political environment strongly favors the GOP. With Americans dissatisfied with the state of the union at the time when Democrats have control of the presidency and both houses of Congress. Even if the Democrat margins in Congress were larger or political environment was less favorable to the Republican Party, the Democrat majorities would still be in trouble, with the bare majority of U.S. voters saying their own representatives deserves re-election, and near record low saying most members do. Those numbers have in recent years potential to shake up the control of the Congress. Okay, so what we want to do in midterms, and as we have our fireside chats and different things as we coming into this, we want to bring information. We will be bringing you information as far as one side or the other, what individuals say and what they're doing. If you want us to look into your particular congressman or senator or whatever, which you need to do also, the information is readily available to you, we will do that because it's important for you to vote for who represents your interests. I don't care. This the day of grandma voted this way, grandpa voted this way. Our whole family have been either Republicans or Democrats all our lives. We vote straight tickets. You all need to let that go because all of them pretty much are on the same. It's one bird and feathered Republicans, Democrat, they on the same bird. You need to be in the middle and selecting people based on what they do and not what they say. But one thing that we have found here, at least in the past 2 years, unfortunately, is that we don't have a lot of breakout representatives. They pretty much stay on task. I mean, even if their constituents do not like the policy, if let's use Republican, if the Republicans want this, then all of them follow lockstep. If the Democrat wants this, they all follow lockstep. We got to get back to a place where people look at what the people that voted for them want, because the government has gotten too big and they believe that now they rule us. But when in actuality, we work for them, but when in actuality, they work for us. We need people in office that vote for what we believe and elect them to. If you're where you're at, if you believe in, let's say, cell phone towers, and there comes a bill up that, and this is important to you, cell phone towers, and there comes a bill up, and your representative know that the majority of people in their district want cell phone towers. And when they get up there and their party wants to vote against it, and they vote against it because they want to stay locked, stock, and barrel with the group, then when they come up for re-election, you need to get them out. See, that's the way it works. Until we start doing that, until you start putting out the people that vote against what you believe, then they'll continue to do what they want to do. So it is what it is. And so anyway, everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday morning. These are the reasons, again, for Biden not being wanted by their population. So I want to before I end this, I wanted to really say why the younger population, 94%, that is huge. Young Democrat candidates speak of disconnect with party, but the New York Times Siena College polls show that younger Democrats in particular want another nominee than Biden in 2024, with 94% of Democrats under 30 expressing that sentiment. Now that is huge. That is huge. One Millennium Democrat running to represent the Nashville, Tennessee area in Congress, Odessa Kelly told ABC News she traced those young Democrats' apprehensiveness to more deeply rooted disappointment that began before Biden assumed office. Now, okay, whatever. As the founder of the nonprofit Stand Up Nashville, Kelly recounted distributing more than 300 food boxes per day to people who still had their work uniforms on because they were coming in between work shifts. Among them, she said, is an elementary school staff, including young teachers. Okay. The Democratic Party always talks about, okay, here we go. The Democrat Party always talks about helping the next generation. But I noticed that the caretakers of children are all struggling paycheck to paycheck. And again, like I said, go back to the day before yesterday's video, we talk about inflation. If you were living paycheck to paycheck before this inflation hit, where it's, it's been hit in the last few months, and now you are under paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck now, unfortunately, is a goal you need to achieve, because with rising cost of living, rising gas prices, rising food costs, you are underneath the paycheck to paycheck now. Okay. So another Democrat running for Congress about okay, the generational differences and how to tackle. But what it is, they might think certain things, but you need to go out and talk to the younger generation. They have no hope for future as far as being able to accomplish, let's say, the American dream. Home ownership, prices are going crazy. Retirement, there definitely would be no Social Security when they get that age. It is, spending. It is crazy. So many Gen Zs don't want to just wait for things to somehow get better. Caesar, who is currently the Austin City Council member, said younger voters want action. That it is that kind of energy that is often lacking in our politics. Both candidates backed Biden. Kelly said she'd vote for Biden over Trump any day, with some reservations. Caesar urged Biden to move faster to protect abortion access. See, this is the foolishness about party loyalty. You have to look at you okay, and I'm gonna use Trump as in this example, but I'm just saying party loyalty in general. When you were financially better under a different option than you are under the present option that's only been in not even half the time, but you're going to be party loyal to vote for them because of a personal issue. Again, the mainstream media pulling, propaganda. That is insane. It is the detriment of yourself because of a personal emotions. I can, you go on a job every day. I'm sure that you have workplaces that there are people that you did not really care for, but you went to work and you dealt with them. Just because we don't have to be buddy for me to work with you. You see, we have to change our mindset. We really have to change our mindset. Just because somebody tweets something bad or do, that you don't like, or something somebody don't say, that doesn't put food on your table. We got to get smart with how we vote. We got to get smart. Whether or not you like somebody or not, if they're able to give you what you need as far as life-sustaining things, food, clothing, and things of that nature, put you in a better position for your family. You need to look out for your family and forget this foolishness about somebody's crass or they're this or they're that on personal note. You need to look out for your family and stop letting mainstream media, even me, tell you what to do. You look out what's best for you. Forget about what everybody else is telling you. Sit down and look at make a list. What was important? What's important to me? This is important to me. This is important to me. This is important to me. And if either candidate can't, whoever can bring what's important to you, that's who you vote for. Not by what they say they're going to do for you, but what they actually did or what they actually do, their actual track record. But anyway, everybody, we're going to have more of these conversations and discussions on our Fireside Chat, because we need to really start gearing up for these midterm elections. And we need to be smart about what we are voting for and how we are voting. What is important to you might not be important to me or your neighbor. So vote for what's important to you. Do what's important for you and make sure you research. In the coming weeks, we will be bringing, as we get closer in, I'll be bringing you places to research for your state, for your district, and everything of that nature, to find out their voting records and things of that nature. Because all this other stuff, it's just talk. It's just noise. Because that noise is not putting food on your table. That noise is not putting a roof over your head. That noise is only getting them richer. But like I stated, they work for us. We don't work for them. And that's the part that they're forgetting. And the government has gotten too large where they feel like now they control the people. No, the people control the government. And that's the reason for the Constitution. Remember that always. You all have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home, because you all really didn't have to. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Listen to our radio station, SAVEDnewsRadio.com, also on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Make sure, please, to watch us there. So many of you all watch us there. We just really appreciate it. I mean, the numbers are staggering. It's beyond. And we're able to say and do more things over there. And so anyway, going to play this commercial. We got to play our Save News Radio commercial. You all have a very blessed day. Thank you. Getting bored? Want to enjoy some relaxing music? Do you need to get updated with all the latest news, but don't have enough time to watch TV for hours? Or do you need to get your praise and worship on? We have your solution to your problem. SAVEDnewsRadio.com got everything you need. Listen to SAVEDnewsRadio.com, filled with praise and worship 24/7, everywhere, in your home, laptop, or tablet, on your phone, in your car, and on Alexa. Install the Save News Radio skill on Alexa, and then just say, "Alexa, launch Save News Radio." The beautiful, uplifting sounds of praise and worship music, ministries, news, and more. SAVEDnewsRadio.com, created to glorify God and edify the body of Christ.